any money, right? So you had no, the only way you could get like any like kind of, you had to keep going back to them if you wanted something else, you just had to be in their world. And part of it was a blessing and stuff like that. You got to do cool stuff. I'm not complaining, but one thing was I realized at that time that like, there wasn't like being popular was cool, but there wasn't like a ton of value to it. Like for years, I kind of thought like, oh, is this cool thing? But then I was like, well, what is it for? Like, where does it really, I'd end up having long conversations with drunk dudes at a bar or something, or some fucking monster that corners you, and you're like trying to look over his shoulder for like, hopefully some woman's giving you eye contact, and you're sitting there just stuck fucking inches away from some dude's non-deodorant, But yeah, I think I realized that there wasn't a lot of that fame had like. There wasn't a ton of value to it. Well,
especially monetarily, it wasn't there, right? So you just had fame, but you didn't really own your fans, kind of.
Right. Everybody like, oh, look at that motherfucker. Damn, he's fucked up, or he's at the, he'd be at the bus stop at school. Just normal shit that's totally normal. You're in college.
Yeah. So it just gave you a bunch of conversations you didn't want to have to be in, or.
Yeah. Well, like maybe look at the values of popularity. Like, well, what value is this? Like, yeah, it's valuable to me in the sense of like, if I'm going to be out or if I want to help get into a nightclub or something, but I don't really have a voice for myself. I didn't really have anything to show for it. You didn't make any money. So it was, you had some fun experiences, but then you were also left with a lot of people who knew who you were and no way to hide from it. Like I remember even after that, I was sleeping on my buddy's floor for like probably a year, so I don't know. It almost felt like, I don't know. It just gave you a look at what popularity was and the values of it and the non-values of it, I think. So then like I started comedy, and then 10 years later, I had this whole other experience. And most people don't even know about the first one, or they just didn't put it together. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Because I so rarely hear about it.
It's such a deep cut.
Yes, sometimes I wish I remember, like, I think I was just at a young place. Like, I was just at a place where you're just energetic and frenetic and shit. You're just trying to get laid and trying to just jerk yourself off or whatever and lie to people, say you got laid or something.
Well, I guess now people, because you were glomming onto this other thing that was kind of bigger than the pieces who are part of that show. So it almost feels like you're renting that fame, or you're just a part of the assembly line.
Yeah, I felt like I didn't have it didn't represent me. Like and it felt like I didn't. They can edit things the way they want, which are fine, but it's not my. I don't get to be the be all end all of me, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't get to say exactly how this is for me,
right?
But I don't know. It was cool that I got this. One thing I think I'm almost kind of grateful to God about it is that I got this like trial run at what it was like to have some popularity. And so then whenever it happened again, I think I've been able to navigate it differently for myself.
Yeah.
Not always great, but I've definitely had a different perception of it and a different understanding of the potential values of it in some spaces.
Right.
Maybe. Does that make any sense?
No, it does. Because even people have an idea of what fame is, but there's like levels to it as well, and you think you want it. I think especially when you're young, just because the things that you want, fame will unlock immediately.
Yeah.
But those are kind of primal wants. Once you get past it, you realize, okay, it's not as great, but it's great when you're 18 or 20.
Yeah, if you're just trying to be coming or whatever, or getting meals or whatever. Yeah.
Coming and meals is great.
Look,
coming or meals, fame is great for that.
I mean, that's
but like, why am I here? It's harder.
Yeah.
If you want to bust and have like pad thai, fame is awesome. You'll do those for free. But if you like, what are these relationships? Are they built on lies? It's harder for that.
Yeah,
it's harder.
So I don't know, but yeah. Sometime we'll have to, next time we do an episode, we'll have to go down some of those roads or even just roads of like shows that we used to watch and shit, thinking about something that's fun. So you started out in business, you worked at Boeing. What were you doing over there?
I was doing engineering. So I was doing stress analysis at Long Beach. So the Boeing out in Long Beach, that's what I went to school for. I did mechanical engineering. But I knew I wanted to do stand-up when I was 18. I was very young. And then I just applied to jobs in SoCal. And then I got a job at Boeing in Long Beach.
And what is a mechanical engineer? Just so people know.
There's different facets of it you can go into. You can do like HVAC. That's an industry you can go into, just like heating and cooling. You can go into, some people work at Toyota or with cars. And then aerospace is a big employer of mechanical. Just think about anything mechanical. there's going to be mechanical engineers like Tesla, just, you know, anything mechanical. So then, yeah, I got my degree, and then I knew I wanted to do stand-up. And as a stand-up back then, there was no internet really, or social media. You had to go to New York or LA. And then I'm like, my parents are in Seattle. I kind of want to do entertainment as well, TV, movies. So I chose LA. So then I just applied to jobs in LA, and then I got a job at Boeing in Long Beach.
And you hadn't started doing stand-up yet?
No, I did. I was, the summer after I graduated high school, I was 18, and then I just started going to the comedy clubs in Seattle.
Did you see Adam Ray? Was he there?
He didn't start yet.
Oh.
So I think I met Adam Ray.
Brian Moot?
Yeah, Moot was there. Jeff Dye actually started a few years after me, maybe like two or 3 years after me. So there was some funny people coming out of Seattle. But Adam didn't, I met him, but he didn't start in the scene there. He started out here in LA. He went to USC. But he wasn't at the mics or anything like that.
Oh, got it. Adam Ray.
Yeah, Adam Ray. So that's how I ended up in LA and working at Boeing. I was there for like 4 years, and then I quit.
Was it cool over there? Like, is there like a nice space where you guys have like a lunch or like a community area? Like, what's that?
It was so quintessential, like office spacey. At least I was envious because tech was having this boom with Microsoft, Google. People are on Razor scooters, jumping into ball pits and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tech looked so fun. And then
that's great.
It did.
But just to hear somebody say that, it just shows you how people are so different in different places where they grow up.
Yeah. I mean,
like nobody ever where I'm from has ever said tech looks so fun, dude.
You're saying no one in Louisiana said tech looks so fun to you?
I don't think so.
You were getting a lot of kids saying that?
No, it's okay though, but it's cool though. It's just cool how like fun. Places are different. Was your parents like a lot of pressure? Did you have a lot of pressure?
Yeah.
What ethnicity? Where are your parents from?
Afghanistan.
From Afghanistan?
Yeah. So they came here from there, and so